who is white, had a baby with Becky, who is white. Why the fuck is the baby black?
Are you serious? You really gonna sit here and question the baby talking about, oh, can you get DNA test? No, you're not getting no DNA test after this. I'm not doing that.
Why you been lying to me?
What have I been lying about?
I got a DNA test done.
A DNA saying what?
Saying that he's not my son.
And I DNA tested the child, and the results came back that I was 0% the father.
Paternity tests at birth should be mandatory. It's not about trust issues, it's about protection. Too many men have had their lives destroyed by a lie that took years to uncover. They gave everything for a child that was never theirs to begin with. And when the truth finally comes out, the system still finds a way to blame them. That's not justice. That's cruelty dressed as law. Welcome back to the Gentleman's Club. Today we're talking about a topic that instantly makes women angry the moment it's brought up: DNA and paternity testing.
Women get mad if you ask for a DNA test.
I've never seen a person rocking real jewelry get mad at a diamond tester. That's quite literally the exact same thing.
The logic is simple. The only people who fear the test are the ones who benefit from the lie. Men aren't asking for DNA tests to start problems. They're asking to avoid getting trapped in one. Years of their lives, their money, and their trust can all vanish overnight because someone lied and the system let it happen. If the truth hurts, that's not the man's fault for asking. It's a reflection of how comfortable some women have become with hiding it. A real relationship shouldn't fear proof. It should demand it.
So Brett Fairley, who went viral for his insane paternity fraud story recently, was just arrested and made to take down all of his videos. It's a lot, but I'll give you the quick breakdown. So Brett is a young man who ends up getting approached by an older woman named Maria, who asks him to be her sperm donor. She convinces him with paperwork and everything that it's all on the up and up. He's not going to be legally responsible for this child. Despite this arrangement and them only having a one-night stand to complete this arrangement, Maria ends up finding Brett's mom and grandma and tells them that she's pregnant with Brett's child and convinces them that he should be involved with the pregnancy. His mom and grandma now want to be a part of the baby's life, so they convince Brett that he should be too. So he agrees to start paying child support. But after a little over a year, having paid now $55,000 to this woman for this baby, he ends up taking a paternity test and finds out the baby isn't even his. Not only that, but Brett finds out that Maria likely knew who the real father was this entire time, but refused to disclose it because the real father was married to another woman at the time. Oops! So Brett goes to court for paternity fraud, asking for his name to be taken off the birth certificate, child support to end, and to be paid back for all the child support he did pay. In a kind of surprising victory, the courts actually do agree to end Brett's parental and child support obligations, but they don't make Maria pay him back, and I'm pretty sure his name is still on the birth certificate. The judge also assigns a mutual restraining order for the both of them, meaning that neither of them can ever talk about this case again. Basically a gag order. But according to Brett, Maria broke this order almost immediately by contacting his family, telling them that he's a deadbeat who abandoned his child. So Brett decides that he too is going to defy the order and clear his name, and that's when he made a multi-part series detailing all the lies, how he got played, and also his own mistakes along the way to help educate other men. I actually remember one interview where Brett was asked what he would tell his younger self if he could, and he said that if he had ever heard a story even remotely similar to what he went through, he would have never been in that situation. So his story does have the ability to prevent this from happening. But obviously the courts don't want the story out there. Why? It just makes you wonder, especially when you consider that in other countries like France, it's actually illegal for men to perform paternity tests on their kids without the mother's permission because, in their words, it would destabilize the community. And honestly, this whole concept that you have to prove paternity fraud is also crazy to me because it's like, did she say the kid was his? Did the DNA test say that it isn't? Seems to me that there was pretty clear deception involved. But we do have to learn from this, and honestly, this is why a lot of guys are very hesitant to sign anything until they get that DNA test. This is also why I think it's really important for women to stop taking DNA tests so personally and making it this big relationship-ending deal. You should want to be able to offer your man that reassurance, and you should also want that reassurance yourself. After all, hospital switch-ups do happen to women too. They can shut him up, but they can't shut us all up, and men need to hear this stuff. Men deserve to know if their kid is theirs or not without being shamed for wanting to know that.
$55,000 in 1 year. That's $150 every single day for a child he was never supposed to take care of. Imagine if he invested that money, bought property, built something for himself, maybe even started a business. Instead, he was paying for someone else's lie. And what does she lose? Nothing. Not her reputation, not her money, not even her nerve to keep playing the victim. She lies, takes the money, and walks away. Even the court doesn't want the story to reach the public. That's outrageous. Men, please learn from this. We've suffered enough. Let them carry the weight of their own lies.
This was a doozy. We got a call this week from a young man who said that he had been paying child support for 6 years, and he found out that the child was not his. So he wanted to know what could he do to get his money back. And generally speaking, not a damn thing. If you've been paying child support for a number of years and you find out that the child is not yours, you out of luck. Because basically, in order for you on a rare occasion to get any of that money back, you would have to establish that the mother of the child knew definitively 100% that the child was not yours and defrauded you. Y'all know that ain't easy to prove. If you are a woman and you have an uncle, a brother, and some fathers that done found their, second lease on life and dating these young girls, if you have any of that, you need to let them know that they need to get a paternity test in the event that they have impregnated an individual and they're about to get on child support. I remember back in the day, we had this judge, Judge Sidney Nation. Judge Nation would always make it a rule that before he obligated somebody to pay child support, he had them go get a paternity test to make sure the child was theirs. That's not to disrespect any women. I don't want anybody in the comments talking about, here you are talking about women. Women did this, women did that. Well, there are some women out there that will set people up or lie or whatever the case may be. And we just want to make sure that that's not the case.
6 years. That's how long he was paying for a child that wasn't his. 6 years of birthdays, school fees, clothes, food, all while believing he was doing the right thing. And when the truth came out, he didn't just lose the money. He lost everything he thought he was living for. What kind of system looks a man in the eye and says, "There's nothing you can do"? What kind of world tells him that the lie is forgiven, but his effort is not? He was responsible, he showed up, and he loved that kid like his own. And for that, he gets punished. This isn't just unfair, it's evil wrapped in paperwork. It's why men keep their distance, why trust dies early, and why more men are choosing silence over risk. A man can rebuild his bank account, but he can't get back the years he spent believing a lie.
I'm over here in the hospital, y'all, finna give birth to his child, and he over here questioning me, talking about, is this really his baby? Like, what are you talking about? Do you really think I'm sitting here and have you up here at the hospital and everything with me just for nothing? Are you serious right now? What kind of baby dad does that right when we finna have this baby? Like, are you serious? You really gonna sit here and question the baby talking about, oh, can you get DNA test? No, you're not getting no DNA test after this. I'm not doing that. This is your child. If you don't believe it's your child, then you could go ahead and go. I don't need you up here. Because all you're doing is stressing me out. Yeah, we are finna find out. And that's so weird for you to even be saying that, though. Why would you even say that? You don't never want to claim your kids. Why you never claiming your kids? Like, I don't be doing none of that cheating stuff or none of that. What are you doing, bro? Like, I'm sick of that. And you know what? I'm not even gonna say nothing, bro, because I'm not getting no DNA test. So if he don't think it's his child, he just won't have a child. We don't really need you over here. He in here stressing me out. Like, look at me. I look a mess right now. And you over here doing all this extra stuff, stressing me out right now. Talking about you and DNA test. Okay.
It was a simple request. What does she do? She gets defensive, starts filming, and goes on a rant saying he's stressing her out. If you have nothing to hide, why stress over it? Then the gaslighting starts. She tells him that if he doesn't believe it's his child, he can leave. And when he finally does, she'll tell everyone he abandoned her. Her family, her friends, social media, all of them will attack him for walking away. She keeps talking, going in circles, instead of just giving him the reassurance he asked for. That's how easy it is to flip guilt into power. The moment a man asks for the truth, he stops being a partner and becomes the villain, and somehow, the world still wonders why men stop trusting.
The trending topic is getting a DNA test even if you're married. Men believe that if your wife have a baby or your girl has a baby, you have the automatic right that that DNA test should be done as soon as that baby is born. Me personally, I ain't got a problem with it because I understand how the world works and there are some grimy people out there, right? And I know some women are gonna be like, oh my God, that's so rude. How dare you question my loyalty? I've been loyal to you this entire time. First off, the same way women go through things and women want men to respect that, why can't y'all respect it and understand that men go through things? And this is one of those where a woman will say he's the father when he really isn't. And now this dude wasted 10 years raising a child that's not his. And now the correlation I'm about to make is crazy and wild, but it makes sense in my little head. If you believe you should go through your partner's phone, as a woman, if you think, hey, if I'm in a relationship with you, I should be able to check that phone whenever I want, I think as a man, that man should be able to DNA test that baby, married, not married, whatever it is, as soon as it's born. I don't care how loyal you are, because that man could be just as loyal and never be cheating. But since you have that curiosity and you want him to respect that, so he gives you access to that phone, that man should be able to get a DNA test on a baby, no matter how loyal you've been.
Financial protection. Have they ever heard of that? Probably not, because most of them spend their time looking for a man who can give them the lifestyle they think they deserve. The irony is, they treat financial security like a goal when for men, it's a responsibility. Men get punished for trying to protect themselves from the same thing women chase. Women want assurance, and they'll dig through a man's phone, his DMs, his private space just to get it. They want to know they're the only one, the queen, the prize he's willing to fight for. And nobody calls that insecurity. But the second a man asks for his own form of assurance, suddenly it's a problem. Suddenly it's disrespect. It's ego, it's pride, it's how dare you not trust me. They want all the benefits of trust without ever having to prove they've earned it.
So I see that TikTok's in an uproar because government officials are trying to make a law that states all couples that have a baby must get a mandatory DNA test at the birthing of the baby. And a lot of women are saying that this is very unjust, that they don't believe in this, it's against women's rights, and you should just trust them. And I'm here to say, you bitches scare me, okay? And not on duty, bitch. What do you mean we are doing too much because I want to know if that baby came out of my balls? Are you crazy? You bitches have the audacity. And at this point, I'm officially convinced that you would gaslight Jesus himself if you had the opportunity. Because there's no reason why you feel like this is unjust. Like, we had a baby. So there's no way this is where we draw the line at, okay? And it's for plenty of situations that we should have this instated, okay? Paul, who is white, had a baby with Becky, who is white. Why the fuck is the baby black? Okay, fellas, let me tell you this. Bring the situation up to your girl. And if she says she has a problem with this, she's very unjust, go get an STD screening ASAP, no Rocky, okay? ASAP, no, immediately.
My dude is preaching. Not Bible verses, but common sense that everyone's too afraid to say out loud. The kind of truth that doesn't fit their narrative, so they pretend it's offensive instead. Sometimes it takes someone unfiltered dude like him to say what every man's been thinking, but too cautious to admit. And that's it for today, gentlemen. If you got here, please like the video, leave a comment, or share this to fellow gents. Thanks for watching.